What if the one thing you've been told to avoid your whole life could finally help you sleep through the night? For decades, cannabis was off-limits, tied to stigma, wrapped in fear. That stuff's not for people like us, you may have thought. And yet here you are watching this video, not because you're looking to get high, but because you're desperate for one full night of sleep. No tossing, no staring at the clock, no waking up at 3 a.m. with your heart racing and your thoughts on fire. Just rest, deep, healing, uninterrupted rest. The truth is, more and more older adults are quietly discovering something surprising. Cannabis, when used safely and intentionally, can be a gentle ally in the fight against sleepless nights. Not a miracle, not a cure-all, but a tool, one that might work where others have failed. Because let's be honest, you've tried the usuals: melatonin, warm tea, white noise, maybe even prescription meds that leave you groggy, forgetful, or worse. And after all that, you're still exhausted, still wondering if this is just what aging feels like. But it doesn't have to be. This video isn't about hype or shortcuts. It's about honest information about how cannabis really works in the body, what forms are safest for seniors, and how you can start small without fear or confusion. Whether you've never tried it in your life or haven't touched it since the 70s, we'll walk through it together, slowly, clearly, and without judgment. Because good sleep isn't too much to ask for. And maybe, just maybe, the path to it begins with opening your mind, not numbing it. Part 1: Is cannabis really safe for seniors? Let's be honest, if you're over 60, the word cannabis probably comes with baggage. Maybe it reminds you of the 70s, of smoke-filled rooms and news stories warning about the dangers of weed. And maybe you were taught to fear it, or at the very least, to avoid it. So the idea that this same plant could now be helping people your age, sleep better, move easier, and feel more at peace, that might sound strange, even a little unsettling. And yet, across the country, more and more older adults are quietly giving it a second look, not for recreation, but for relief. The question is no longer, is cannabis dangerous? The real question is, when used with care, could it actually be safer than what I'm already using? Here's what we know. Cannabis today is not the same as the cannabis of decades past. It's more regulated, more studied, and more precisely dosed than ever before. In fact, 39 states have now legalized it for medical use. That's not a trend, that's a shift. A growing body of research is showing that, when used in low doses and under guidance, cannabis can help with sleep, pain, anxiety, and even inflammation, all without the harsh side effects often seen in sleeping pills or sedatives. And unlike alcohol or over-the-counter sleep aids like diphenhydramine, Benadryl, cannabis, especially forms that don't require smoking, may be gentler on the body and mind. But let's be clear, this isn't about self-medicating or using it recklessly. It's about education, understanding the difference between THC and CBD, knowing what CBN does. Learning how to start small, track your body's response, and make safe, informed choices. And yes, it's about talking to your doctor, especially if you're on medications that could interact, because being cautious isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. And when it comes to your health, wisdom matters. You deserve to feel empowered, not confused. You deserve options that respect both your body and your age. And maybe for the first time in a long time, you deserve to ask without guilt or fear, what if cannabis could help me feel like myself again? Because safety isn't just about avoiding risk. It's about choosing well, choosing with care, and choosing to live and sleep with a little more peace. Part 2: How cannabis helps you sleep. 3 key ingredients. If you've ever tried over-the-counter sleep aids, you probably know the drill. You fall asleep fast, but wake up feeling groggy, cloudy, or even more tired than before. That's because most of those pills knock you out. They don't actually support your body's natural rhythm of sleep. Cannabis works differently, and it's not about getting high. It's about gently guiding your system back into balance. The secret lies in 3 key ingredients: THC, CBD, and CBN. Each one plays a unique role in helping your mind and body settle into rest. Let's start with THC. This is the compound most people associate with cannabis, the one that creates that high feeling. But in small, carefully measured doses, THC can actually quiet mental chatter, reduce tension, and slow the nervous system just enough to help you let go. Think of it like dimming the lights in your brain, not turning them off, just softening the glare so your body can wind down. For many seniors, even 1 mg of THC before bed can create a noticeable sense of calm without intoxication. The key: start low and go slow. Then there's CBD, the non-intoxicating compound that's gained massive popularity for its anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. CBD doesn't make you feel sleepy on its own, but it works behind the scenes by easing the aches, stiffness, and anxiety that often block restful sleep. If your body is calmer, your mind can follow. And unlike THC, CBD won't impair your thinking or coordination, making it a good daytime companion for those with chronic discomfort. Finally, we have CBN, a lesser-known but powerful ally. CBN is often described as the sleep cannabinoid because of its gentle sedative effects. It doesn't knock you out, but it may help you stay asleep longer and reduce those 3 a.m. wake-ups that so many older adults struggle with. Some studies suggest CBN works best in combination with THC, even in very small doses, enhancing the overall sleep-supportive effect without overwhelming your system. Together, these 3 ingredients form a kind of harmony. THC calms the mind, CBD calms the body, CBN helps hold you in sleep. It's not about one magic bullet, it's about finding the right blend for your unique needs. And today's cannabis products, from gummies to tinctures, allow you to measure those ingredients precisely, often with labeled ratios like 1:3 CBD to THC or 1 mg of each per dose. So no, it's not about getting knocked out. It's about finally giving your body what it's been asking for: relief, rhythm, and rest. And with the right mix, that elusive deep sleep may not be so elusive after all. Part 3: The truth about sleeping pills. If you're like many older adults, you probably have a little bottle of just-in-case pills on your nightstand. Maybe it's an over-the-counter antihistamine like Benadryl. Or maybe it's a prescription sleep aid your doctor gave you years ago that you've quietly kept refilling. At first, they felt like a lifesaver, a quick way to make sure you'd fall asleep. But over time, you may have noticed something unsettling. The grogginess lingers longer, your memory seems foggier, and falling asleep without the pill gets harder and harder. It feels like the only way to sleep is to drug yourself. And that's not rest, that's survival. Here's the truth: most conventional sleep aids don't actually support healthy sleep, they sedate. There's a difference. Sedation is like turning off a light switch. It forces your brain into stillness, but it doesn't guide it through the natural stages of deep, healing sleep. That's why you often wake up feeling dull, disconnected, or like you've barely slept at all. What's more, long-term use of these drugs, especially those containing diphenhydramine, has been linked to cognitive decline and even increased risk of dementia. A 2015 study published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that people who regularly used anticholinergic drugs like Benadryl for 3 years or more had a 54% higher risk of developing dementia. That's not a scare tactic, that's data. These medications affect the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is essential for memory and learning. Blocking it over time may do more harm than good, especially for aging brains already working harder to stay sharp. Prescription sleep medications can carry their own risks. Some can be habit-forming. Others interfere with REM sleep, which is the stage where emotional processing and memory consolidation happen. And let's not forget the increased risk of falls, confusion, or interactions with other medications. especially for older adults managing multiple health issues. So if you've ever felt trapped, stuck between sleepless nights and pills that leave you foggy, you're not alone. And more importantly, you're not out of options. That's where cannabis re-enters the picture, not as a cure-all, but as a gentler alternative that works with your body's natural systems instead of hijacking them. No one's saying you should toss out your prescriptions overnight, but it's worth asking, what am I trading for sleep? And is there a safer, more sustainable way? Because the goal isn't just to fall asleep, it's to wake up feeling like yourself again. Clear, calm, steady, that's real rest, and you deserve nothing less. Part 4. Why alcohol isn't the sleep aid you think it is. It's a quiet habit, one that's easy to justify. A glass of wine after dinner, a small whiskey before bed. It helps me relax, you tell yourself. Just enough to fall asleep. And in the moment it feels true. That warm, heavy sensation settles in. Your eyes start to close, you drift off. But what happens next, the part you don't feel, is what's quietly stealing your rest. Alcohol may help you fall asleep faster, but it disrupts the deeper, more restorative stages of sleep that your body and brain need to truly recharge. It fragments your sleep cycle, especially during the second half of the night. You may not remember waking up, but your body does. You toss, shift, stir. You wake up feeling tired even if you slept 8 hours. And over time, this pattern chips away at your energy, your clarity, and even your mood. There's also the issue of nighttime urination. Alcohol is a diuretic, which means it encourages your body to release fluids, often at the most inconvenient time, 3 or 4 a.m. That trip to the bathroom may seem harmless, but it pulls you out of sleep at a critical point. And for many older adults, once you're up, it's hard to settle back down. Then there's the long-term impact. Regular evening drinking, even in small amounts, can affect your liver, your blood pressure, your balance, and your medications. It can also quietly become a habit that's hard to break, not because you're addicted, but because it's become part of your sleep routine. And when something feels like the only thing that works, it's hard to imagine letting it go. But here's the truth, you don't have to rely on alcohol to unwind. There are gentler, safer ways to ease into rest, and cannabis may be one of them. Unlike alcohol, cannabis doesn't interfere with REM sleep in the same way. In small, well-balanced doses, it can support relaxation without the dehydrating, sleep-fracturing effects of a nightcap. This isn't about judgment. It's about options. It's about understanding what your body truly needs, not just to fall asleep, but to stay asleep and to wake up feeling whole. So the next time you reach for that evening pour, pause and ask, is this really helping? Or is it just another cycle keeping me tired? You deserve a sleep routine that supports your well-being, not one that quietly works against it. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to rewrite your bedtime ritual. Part 5. How to start safely without feeling high. Let's face it, the idea of trying cannabis for sleep might make you curious, but it probably also makes you nervous. And that's not only understandable, it's smart. If you haven't touched cannabis since the 70s or have never tried it at all, today's products can feel like walking into a foreign country. Dispensaries, vape pens, milligram doses, strains with names like Granddaddy Purple. It's a lot, but the truth is, getting started doesn't have to be overwhelming, and you absolutely do not have to feel high to get the benefits. Here's the golden rule: go low and slow. That's not just advice, it's the key to a safe and positive experience. Start with a microdose, usually 1 milligram, yes, just one, of THC, preferably paired with a slightly higher amount of CBD and possibly a bit of CBN. Products like gummies or tinctures will clearly list these amounts on the label. And yes, 1 milligram can be enough, especially if you're older, sensitive to medications, or new to cannabis. For your first time, take it during the day, not right before bed. That may sound strange, but it helps you understand how your body reacts when you're awake and alert, not trying to drift off. Ideally, do it at home in a familiar, calm setting, maybe with someone you trust nearby just for comfort. After you take it, wait at least 90 minutes before even thinking about another dose. Some people feel it sooner, others take longer, but the most common mistake people make is assuming it's not working and then taking more. That's when things can go sideways. What if you do feel too much? Maybe a little too floaty or foggy? That's where CBD comes in handy. A quick dose of pure CBD, either from a vape or sublingual oil, can help neutralize the effects of too much THC. It's like a reset button. But again, if you start low, you likely won't need it. Another tip: avoid smoking. Not only is it hard on the lungs, but it's also harder to control the exact dose. Edibles or tinctures offer precision and consistency, which is what you want, especially when sleep is your goal. You're not trying to escape reality, you're trying to rest. You want to feel grounded, not spaced out. A gentle softening, not a trip. And with today's options, that's exactly what's possible. When you start with intention, information, and respect for your own body, trying something new can feel intimidating. But it can also feel empowering, especially when it helps you reclaim something as vital as rest. You don't have to go it alone, and you don't have to lose control. You just have to begin slowly, wisely, and on your own terms. Part 6. Best time to take it for deep sleep. Timing matters, not just what you take, but when. One of the biggest mistakes people make when using cannabis for sleep is waiting until they're already in bed, desperate, hoping it'll knock them out quickly. But cannabis doesn't work like a light switch. It's not instant. It's more like a slow, quiet sunset, and if you time it right, it sets you up for the kind of sleep that doesn't just happen but holds. So what's the best time to take it? About 90 to 120 minutes before your ideal bedtime. That might sound early, but it gives the cannabis time to ease into your system, especially if you're using an edible. Edibles, which include gummies or oils you swallow, typically take 30 to 90 minutes to kick in, and up to 2 full hours to reach their peak effect. By taking it earlier in the evening, you give your body a gentle on-ramp towards sleep, without feeling overwhelmed or disoriented right as your head hits the pillow. You also avoid what many first-timers accidentally do, taking it too late, feeling great 30 minutes later, and then lying in bed feeling too good to sleep. That mild euphoria, which can feel peaceful or even silly, is best experienced while winding down, not while trying to shut off. You want the peak effects to pass through just before sleep, not during it. This timing also helps your sleep cycle. Instead of relying on cannabis to force you asleep, it sets the stage, lowering anxiety, easing physical tension, quieting mental noise so that your body can do what it's designed to do. Rest on its own terms, that's what makes it so different from pills. It doesn't override your system, it supports it. And if you're someone who struggles with nighttime wake-ups, 3 a.m., mind racing, staring at the ceiling again, the early dose approach still helps. CBN and small amounts of THC stay active in your system for several hours, supporting continuity of sleep. It won't knock you out again, but it may keep you from waking up so much in the first place. It's okay to experiment a little, gently. Try different times within that 2-hour window. Pay attention to how your body responds. Some people need a little more time to feel the effects, others less. You're not looking for perfection on night 1, you're building a rhythm that works with your body, not against it. And perhaps most importantly, allow yourself a wind-down routine, a warm shower, soft lighting, no screens. Let the cannabis be part of a larger ritual that signals to your body, it's safe to rest now. Because deep sleep doesn't happen by chance, it happens by design, and the right timing could be the piece you've been missing. Part 7. Deep sleep isn't just for the young. Somewhere along the way, you might have started to believe that poor sleep is just part of getting older, that tossing and turning, waking up every few hours, and dragging yourself through the day are simply the price of aging. And maybe people even told you that's just how it is. But let's pause here and ask something important. Who decided that deep, nourishing sleep is only for the young? It's not true, not biologically, not emotionally, not spiritually. Your body may have changed, yes, hormones shift, aches show up where they didn't before, stress sits heavier, but your need for deep rest hasn't disappeared. In fact, it's more important now than ever. Rest isn't a reward for the young, it's a human necessity. It's how your brain repairs, how your immune system resets, how your mood balances, how your memory holds on. Good sleep is not a luxury, it's a foundation. And you still deserve it, no matter your age. If you've spent years trying to sleep and waking up feeling like you barely did, you're not alone. If you've felt the shame of needing a pill to get to sleep, or the anxiety that creeps in the moment your head hits the pillow, you're not alone. But just because it's been this way doesn't mean it has to stay this way. That's where this shift in thinking, this gentle openness to tools like cannabis, can become powerful. It's not about chasing your youth, it's about reclaiming your rhythm. About finding what actually works for your body today in this chapter of life. For some, that might be a carefully measured edible. For others, a tincture before bed. For many, just the knowledge that there is another option brings relief all by itself. And while cannabis isn't a cure-all, it might be the first thing that's actually helped you feel like sleep is possible again. That you don't have to dread the night, that you can look forward to rest and trust it'll come. Because deep sleep isn't just for people in their 30s with gym memberships and meditation apps. It's for the grandmother who's caring for everyone but herself, for the retired veteran who still wakes up with his jaw clenched, for the woman who lost her spouse and hasn't slept through the night since. It's for you, so no, deep sleep isn't just for the young, it's for the living, and you, my friend, are very much alive. So let's take a breath and look at where we've been. We started with a simple human truth that millions of older adults lie awake each night, not because they're doing something wrong, but because their bodies and minds are changing. And for too long, the only answers have been pills that sedate, alcohol that disrupts, or strategies that just don't go deep enough. But now something new, or rather, something ancient rediscovered, is offering a gentler way forward. Cannabis, when used with care and intention, isn't about getting high. It's about helping your body do what it already knows how to do: rest, recover, and restore. Through 3 powerful compounds, THC, CBD, and CBN, it offers a unique kind of support. Calming the nervous system, easing inflammation, quieting pain, softening anxiety. Not to force sleep, but to allow it. It's not a miracle, it's not perfect. And it's certainly not for everyone, but it's an option. A valid, researched, legally accessible option. And for many, it's the first thing that's actually worked. Not by silencing your brain, but by listening to what your body truly needs. And you don't have to jump in blindly. You can start slow, you can experiment gently. You can talk with your doctor. You can learn, adapt, and find what feels right, not for who you were 20 years ago, but for who you are now. Because this version of you deserves sleep, deserves clarity, deserves peace. If there's one thing I hope you take from this, it's this: you are not broken, you are not out of time, and deep, healing sleep is not a thing of the past. It may just be waiting for you to give yourself permission to rest fully and finally. And maybe, just maybe, tonight will be different.